Good. This is what it will require. In that passage, it says, this is how we know we're living steadily and deeply in him and he in us. And so I'm asking you today, how will you know? The passage says it will require participation continuously in an intimate relationship with God. Easy, right? You two have learned some things about each other in the years that you've been together, right? And all of that's been easy, right? If you, good, because if they said that, I was going to take them back to the premarital counseling, we're going to start all over again, and you don't want to do that. I know you don't. So thanks for that answer. Thanks for your honesty. You are not the same as each other. You probably figured that out fairly early in the process, right? I picked up on it myself. You've already discovered some wonderful similarities, though, about each other. It's what's tied you together some. So those similarities are important in our life. Like, similarities like we both love animals. I mean, that's huge, right? I've been married for almost 34 years to my wife, Cindy. And let's just say the animal thing hasn't always worked so well for us. Somebody maybe just recently made me give my favorite pet to my son where he lives now. I'm not bitter about it, but happy, just saying. The fact that you both love Italian food, I mean, that's going to be so easy for date night, right? You don't have to fight about where you're going to get Italian food, right? All the time. All the time? Okay. There's some other really important things that you have similarities in as well. And one of them that I really was glad to hear was the importance of family and wanting to perpetuate that family thing in your lives. Those and some other wonderful similarities will be the foundation of your relationship through the years. But then there's those other things, right? Those differences we spoke a little bit about, which I'm going to be telling you, you'll be doing a lifetime together of figuring those differences out. That's okay. So, say there's this difference of thinking about time management. Might just be a slight difference. What time did we start? No. But when that comes up, and maybe more often than you even think it should come up, how will you have a win in your relationship working through that? Or how about the landmines of, say, one of you is a little bit more organized and the other has a little bit more of a carefree approach to life? How will that work out? How will you wade through those kinds of things? And then there will be those nights that you start off the night with a Panda Express meal. And then from there you'll come home and somebody will want to watch reality TV and the other one wants to watch anything other than reality TV. How will you wade through these kinds of things? How in the world is it going to work out, right? I think that God has some good suggestions for us for that as well. In fact, you guys picked another passage that I think that we're going to get to here in a moment that I think will really be important because we can too easily set up our strategies just to win each other over to our side of how we think of life. And I'm going to tell you that reality TV show thing, if you're going to try to win somebody, I don't know if it'll ever work. I may be showing my own allegiances on that. Here's what God says in 1 Peter 3, 8 through 9. He gives us some really good ideas of how to work through this. He says, finally, all of you be like-minded. Be sympathetic. Love one another. Be compassionate and humble. Do not repay evil with evil or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because to this you are called to, so that you may inherit a blessing. Can you imagine if in everyday lives together as a married couple, we let these kind of words direct our choices, help us navigate the differences, give us our drive to know that other person better and better all the time, truly live the gospel out in each other's life. Being like-minded, it suggests that even in the differences and the conflicts that we will have in our relationship, like-mindedness will help us have win-win situations in our relationship. If compassion and kindness take the day over repaying evil for evil or an insult with an insult, then we can realize the true blessing of God and what he wants us to realize in the midst of relationship. It is then that the one who is loved, because of what he has already done for us, helps us to truly love another person with kind of giving that is way beyond what we can do on our own. Without having that relationship that we are growing with God, though, it's just us trying harder and harder. We need Him. Make Him your number one assignment. Remember that continuous participation in an intimate relationship with God that we were encouraged in that 1 John passage. See, all of this can seem terribly hard to attain to in our relationships. I did a study with a few couples a couple of years ago. Cindy and I did this with a few other couples, and it was called Staying in Love by Andy Stanley. And he talks about the gaps in our relationship that we will need to negotiate. It really comes in our expectations about our partner. We have agreed to take on this marriage thing for the rest of our lives, right? You see, we will have gaps where our partner does something that will disappoint us. But what Stanley says is that to navigate these disappointments, the question is, how will you think about your partner? Will we think the worst of them, or will we think the best of them? To manage those gaps, God says, because of what I have already done for you, you can think the best of your partner. And it's because not so that I can get what I want. It is because He sees us and He's already loved us that we can make the better choice to see our partner as good, thus navigating the gaps by living the gospel out in each other's lives. Remember that submit to one another out of reverence thing? That's what that means. So this is His dream for you too, Zach and Amber, as you take off on this wonderful journey of marriage together, a lifetime of living out the gospel in each other's life. But to do that, you can never stop connecting to the God who set this relationship in motion. Keep making Him and getting to know Him as your number one assignment.